Hello, Brittany. I'm so excited to continue our chat because we have been chatting for a little bit before we
That
got
we
into
have.
this. But excited to chat with you. And yeah, give you the space to share a little bit about your experience with Yes Supply and then also what you're up to as one of our most recent master graduates. So before we get into, any questions or anything, I want to give you the space. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I sure can. So, hi, my name is Brittany Schmidt. I am a psychic medium, obviously subconscious mind coach. I have two different certifications in Holy Fire Reiki and Asui Reiki. So, I am a Reiki master in both of those, and I teach them through retreat style experiences. I do offer retreats as well. I am a sound bowl healer. I create oracle card decks, which I'm currently working on and super excited about. I also am in the midst of running my first pilot group of what's called Blissed Out Breath, which is some of what we learn in the S Supply Master certification. So that resonance breathing using your HRV, which is your heart rate variability. For anybody's listening that is not familiar, it is your body's resilience metric. So your ability to come in and out of sympathetic and parasympathetic and sort of regulate your nervous system in a really easy way because we have to breathe regardless. So why not do it in a way that serves our highest and best good? Outside of that, I am a an Ontario-born, Kitchener-Waterloo area. I live just outside in a town called New Dundee. We have just over an acre, well, just about an acre. How many chickens do we have? Five. One turkey that we randomly found on the side of the road. Two cats and a dog. I have two girls. They are 9 and 11 and super spicy and keep me on my toes.
Yeah.
An avid outdoorsman husband who is a carpenter slash having his own spiritual awakening at the moment, which is really cool to watch unfold. So very proud of him. He's actually taken all my courses recently, which
I love that.
just tickles my heartstrings because I'm like,
Yeah.
the support feels so nice, and to see the
Mhm.
shifts in him as a result is pretty powerful stuff. So yeah, I teach Reiki. I teach people how to tune into their own intuition using not only the modalities that I've learned, but also the subconscious mind techniques that I picked up through the practitioner program and the S Supply Master certification. So, really using science and spirituality to blend together into a beautiful culmination of synergy, I guess is the best way to describe it. I
I
love the
love
way that they
that.
combine because one can't exist without the
Mhm.
other. So, definitely a really, really cool tool. Mediumship was where I
Yeah.
sort of got my start, and I've since grown it into becoming basically a teacher of all the things.
Okay, we're good, right? We're no, just kidding. That's so good. No, that's we know from, of course, me spending so much time with you. I know that you're a Jill of all trades because we're
Yes.
not a Jill. We're a Jill of all trades. You do all the things. And I guess where we can start this conversation is like what originally drew you into like the coaching world and then joining Yes Supply. And I know you've taken both our practitioner program and our master program. So maybe you can kind of walk us through that journey of like what that looked like.
Sure. So when I became a medium, well, my first sort of like dipping my toes in, I took a manifestation course in 2020 and I loved it. And then I became a medium, and then I felt like I needed to make an additional shift. So I took the practitioner and I was doing real estate at that point in time full
Right.
time and had quite a lot of I'm going to call it success in quotations because it was success from a financial perspective, but from living in authenticity and like really moving from a place of where I wanted to live, it did
Mhm.
not align with my values. I wanted to spend more time with my family and it was very demanding. So I took the practitioner level while doing that, recognized that all these tools that I was being given and shown were tools that I could use to do any job that I wanted to do.
Mm.
And mediumship was something that had always been appealing to me. My mom passed away in 2013. So I had been seeing mediums for years and years and then became one in 2022. And I say became, and I use that loosely because we are actually all mediums. I had been seeing ghosts as a child and kind of just put it away because it wasn't safe to share those gifts at that time. But realistically, mediumship is something that everybody can do. Psychic is also something that everybody can do. Mine just happened to come together and play off one another really quite nicely. So I just always did psychic mediumship. In that, I noticed that there were some subconscious mind blocks that I had coming up in terms of being fearful. A lot of times I was
Mhm.
fearful of tapping into energies that were not for my highest and best good. which I think came from the media, things being portrayed in a way that
Mm.
is scary. And, you watch a movie like Insidious and there's no way you want to tap into spirit because you're like, what is going to happen?
Yeah. Fair.
I will be here to debunk that myth. That is not how
Mm.
spirituality and these things actually work. So I use my subconscious mind techniques to sort of overcome some of the fears that I experienced in that. And then
Right.
some of the fears that I was experiencing when I decided to leave my real estate career.
Mhm. Yeah.
After 8 years of a really busy, like multi six figure career, I decided that I was going to leave last August. So it's been almost a year.
Mhm.
And I couldn't be more grateful, never looked back, used my tools that I learned in the supply method, like EFT tapping, to move through any emotions that weren't serving, moving myself back into a space of expansiveness. I really found the neural energetic encoding very powerful to help remove a lot of the scarcity lack mindset that I had. I had convinced myself that I wasn't going to be able to make an income like that if I wasn't in real estate, and that's just simply not true. I've had a lot of, again, quote unquote, success from a financial perspective in my career now, and even through manifestation. I've had some pretty large manifestations happen simply by changing my energy. So it's been really cool to use these tools to tap into things that I didn't otherwise think were possible.
Yeah.
I love the hypnosis. I love the idea of being able to tap into different energies and timelines using neural energetic encoding, putting a goal out into the future, or removing things that don't serve and then putting in what you do actually want. I find that so
Mm.
fascinating. It's like energetic movement through your mind. So it really complements nicely with the holy fire reiki, which I use to shift the actual energy itself
Mm.
and remove it and move and manipulate it however I see fit. Maybe manipulate's not the right word, but
I
shift
know you, yeah, yeah.
shift is what I mean. So it's really complemented my spiritual business beyond what I thought was possible. I had no idea what it was going to do for my gifts or for how I was going to attract clients and all that sort of thing. But it's given me the tools that I need to show people that it's not just spirituality, my head's up in the clouds and I'm meditating 24/7 and I'm, you know, I don't know the right word. Like up in the air, I guess is the best way to
Yeah.
describe it. Sometimes
Yeah.
when people envision as someone who is spiritual, they envision somebody who's sort of floating around. This gives me the grounded logical perspective that I needed from my own personal spicy brain to understand that spirituality is not only up in the clouds, it is.
Yeah.
It's actually very grounded and logical. And there is
Mhm.
scientific evidence to support the up in the cloud piece of it and ground it into people's ability to understand spirituality from a space
Wow.
of feeling like they have facts. So I use
Mhm.
this to help my students when I teach them. I have a signature program called Lean In Spark Your Senses. I teach students how to lean into their own intuitive gifts using things like the clairs, which are your ability to see, hear, taste, feel, and smell all of the experiences and know. I teach that using these scientific methods. So essentially getting your brain into a specific brainwave state so that you are able to tap in more easily, removing any subconscious mind blocks that you might have that are preventing you from tapping into your intuition. I use all of these tools that I've now learned to do an EFT tapping session as part of the course, to do a
Mm.
hypnosis session as part of the course, so that we are able to remove things that don't serve and then put in place the things that do serve while people are creating their own spiritual practice. So it's a really great gateway into receiving messages for yourself. When I learned, I
Mm.
took mediumship
Mm-mm-mm.
and I was great at getting messages for other people. And I wish that a course like mine would have existed at that time because it created blind spots for me in my own intuition for myself.
Yeah.
So now I teach it the opposite way. I teach this is how you get messages for you. This is how you tune in for messages for yourself. And then now I do have a mediumship program coming in the fall that will help people tune in for others. And it's going to be called Hello from the Other
Ooh.
Side.
Oh, so good. I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's
my
so good.
mom's my mom's favorite all-time artist was Adele. And when she passed away, Hello from the
Mm.
Other Side, or sorry, Hello came.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Yeah.
And so when I was thinking about names and sort of channeling what those were going to look and feel
Oh
like,
my gosh.
that's what came through. So a lot of my things that I've created sort of honor her. Ooh, I just lost my
Yeah.
words. honor
Yeah.
her in her passing, because really, had she not passed away, I wouldn't have been put on the path to where I am. So, like my breathwork course, which is the resonance breathwork course I mentioned earlier, it's called Blissed Out Breath because my initials are BLS and my mom used to call me Bliss. So, Blissed
Oh
Out
my
Breath.
gosh, I didn't even know that.
I haven't really publicly shared it. It was just something in the back of my mind that was really sweet. And then lean
Oh,
in,
that
spark your
is
senses. When I would talk to my mom, she always made me feel so seen. And the way she did that
mm,
was by leaning in. And she also
mm.
smoked. So spark your senses.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so good too.
And she was super intuitive. And, it all kind of made sense at the time. Not that it has anything to do with smoking cigarettes whatsoever.
Yeah.
It could, because you can smell it through clear salience. You can smell smoke when sometimes people come through, or perfume or whatnot. So yeah, it's pretty cool trying to honor her because she was very intuitive and she taught me a lot of the basics of what I know of how to be intuitive and hold space for people. So it was really cool to kind of see it all come together. And then
What a
when I was
beautiful
creating the
tribute.
Conscious Creatures Oracle card deck, which is on pre-sale right now and is about to be printed. So I'm kind of losing it because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have them in my hands soon. I use the subconscious mind techniques to tap out any sort of imposter syndrome about creating this deck
Mm,
because I was feeling like, well, what if nobody buys it? What if nobody likes it? What if I have this idea in my head of what it's supposed to look like and it doesn't resonate with anybody? So I used my EFT tapping to remove any of that. And then when I was actually channeling the deck, I created my own sort of hypnosis for it to
mm.
help me get into the zone of creating. So it's all Canadian animals and
Oh, I love that.
it's got wild whispers of wisdom, and then that's your message. And then it's got
Mm,
um, wild wisdom within, which is like some inquiry. So you've got sort of journal prompts in it, and then it's got affirmations at the end. So it's really cool. I just
oh my gosh, I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed too. I can't wait. It's just driving me nuts that it's not already on its way.
It's all coming, and it's come like, it came together pretty quickly, no? Because
It
we were
did. It
in
did.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
from January to now. So we're at what, July? And
July, yeah.
to be honest, any delays were kind of me sort of dilly-dallying because I was going through that transformation that comes with doing something different that you've never done before. So I was kind of moving through my own subconscious mind techniques to put this thing into
Right.
place because things come up, right? Every time we shift our energy, we move to a new timeline,
Mhm.
things come up. So I use NEE, definitely EFT quite often. The breath work that we use, I've now created my own course from. Um,
Right.
yeah, I just love it. I love it.
That's so good. That's okay, so talk about being your own best client. I know that that's something that, like, when you're in the cohort experiences, I say that very often, and, like, sometimes it's very confronting, sometimes it's nauseating, sometimes it's like, "Yeah, you're right, like, I need to" all but you are such a great example and exemplar of that. Um, Anything else that you feel like were there any breakthroughs that you actually, wait, let me peel back for a moment. So that led you into the prac program. What made you, and I know you've kind of dabbled in because you talked a little bit about the breath work and the things that you've learned in the master program, but what really led you to that next experience? What made you be like, okay, I want more, let's go deeper, let's do the next step?
So when I left prac, I hadn't convinced myself that I was qualified to coach. And this is my own limiting belief. Okay. So, anyone else who's listening who may be experiencing this, it's okay.
Mhm.
When I was in corporate, so I was a team lead for 14 years, I was told repeatedly when I would go for positions above the one that I was in that I was not going to receive that role because I did not have post secondary education.
Mhm.
And so I struggled with that limiting belief, even though it wasn't my own, it was a societal belief because I know that I'm capable of anything. I've built two businesses, three businesses from the ground up now. Like it's not as if it's not possible. But somewhere along the lines, I lost confidence in myself to build something. When I left prac, and I want to be clear, this has nothing to do with whether or not
Yes.
prac gave all the tools. It did. It absolutely did. My own confidence was lacking in the sense of I didn't feel I understood it well enough. And this was again
Mhm.
how much effort and a reflection of the effort that I put in. I didn't feel like I understood it enough to feel comfortable providing coaching to other people. What I didn't realize was happening below the surface was I was actually in every mediumship reading I've ever done, I've always coached. And
Yeah.
and it was silly that I would even have this imposter syndrome about one thing to the other. Mixed with, I love, I'm pausing for effect. I love the coaches at Yes Supply and Steph. As soon as I heard that you were leading it, I was like, I don't care, take my money. Take my money, because I know that, one, I'm gonna get the compassionate call outs that I need, because Steph is fantastic at helping you rework and reframe whatever it is that you're experiencing to view it in a different way and open up those 126 bits of information to you that
Mhm.
you may have been not looking at. And I knew that it would give me the confidence, even though I had the tools already. It would give me the confidence and comprehension that I needed. I like really small containers where I feel held and
Mm.
witnessed and seen. And so, yes, prac, I had that as well, because it was, I can't remember, maybe there were like 10 or 15 of us, but I knew that this was going to be an even smaller, in my opinion, almost more sacred group, in the sense of just pure numbers. You get more attention and more input, I guess, from the coaches themselves. So that felt really expansive to me, because I know that I excel when I'm in a place where I can ask a lot of questions, because I always have a lot of questions. So that's why masters seemed like such a great space. And then I met women who I now have this lifelong relationship with.
Mm.
Despite the fact that masters ended, we are now meeting on the side ourselves biweekly. What I got from it was not just camaraderie. It wasn't just, I ended up with some clients as a result. Like,
Mhm.
I ended up with a completely different mindset, a completely different timeline shift, because I went from, hey, yes, I'm a coach, to, wait a second, I'm a master coach. Whatever question that you throw at me, I have the full confidence that even if I don't know the answer, my intuition is so sharp now that I will be able to ask you the exact question that you need in that moment to understand your own internal workings. And the coolest part, I think, for me, was watching other people's breakthroughs, having my own breakthroughs, witnessing the entire group shift. Even as a leader, you get challenged in
Mm.
a different way depending on who's in the
Yeah.
group in terms of the questions they're asking, and figuring things out and finding things. And it was so cool. It was just probably the most expansive space that I've ever been in. I have
Mm.
signed up for many things because I obviously love to educate myself, just not in university.
That's
And of all the programs, I would say this one is the most organized. It was the most expansive. It was also challenging. I'm not going to lie. You
Mhm.
are here to do the work. You're not there to just absorb and consume. You're there to actually implement these things on yourself. You do become your own best client through
Yeah.
default, because that's just what happens. You are starting to question things differently. My relationship with my husband shifted because I was starting to
Mhm.
show up for him in a coaching capacity rather than in a directive capacity, right? In our relationships, a lot of times we're like, hey, do this, this, and this. And it was like, no, wait a minute. Maybe I'll get curious about his internal workings. And I
Mhm.
use the questioning techniques that we learned, right? And then some of the hypnotic language, not that I'm trying to hypnotize him into doing anything
No.
he wouldn't otherwise do, because to be clear,
Yeah.
you cannot hypnotize someone to do something they weren't already willing to do.
Exactly.
And it really helped me move into a space of feeling confident in my ability to teach. And that is where I then became, basically, I created this blissed out breath. Like, I'm now teaching that. I took Holy Fire Reiki. I'm now teaching that. Like, it moved me from a space of student into a space of teacher, mentor, guide,
Mm.
however you want to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, we look at this as really like our thought leadership space, right? It's like that one to many, and like you're really embodying that leader with impact, a trainer, support to one to many, like whatever kind of whatever avenue you choose to take. And I love that you were able to really soak into that full experience and see a transformation from that. So would you say that was your biggest like transformation throughout the experience, or was there anything else that came? And I know you've talked about so many different things. So whether you want to hone in on one specific thing, or yeah, what would you say was your biggest aha or transformation that you experienced throughout the master cohort?
I would say, on a personal level, just the confidence that it gave me was my, like,
Mm.
aha. Like, this confidence has always been here. It's just now putting it into play.
Mhm.
I would say an aha moment, probably more so for my clients, but also for me because it just gave me this expansive view of how I could use this in my life and in my experiences with people, was learning how to do the breakthrough days. So you
Mm.
take a culmination of all the things that you've learned. You are now having someone sign up for this experience with you that is a 1 day experience. And I had my experience with you, and my mind was blown.
You know, it's so funny, if my eyes shifted, I was looking at my calendar to try to see, like, how, because it must have been around a year ago
Yep.
from today. Like,
Yep.
I'd be curious to know, like, the actual date, but, yeah, yeah, we did have a breakthrough day, which is really fun.
So we had our breakthrough day. I then made the decision from the breakthrough day to leave real estate, which meant I was all in on my business. So that piece, huge aha moment.
Yeah.
Then from there, I was like, okay, I'm going to now offer these aha moments to my clients through my own version of a breakthrough day. So I've not only created it from a
Mm.
manifestation perspective and how to like help them improve their life from a life coach perspective, I also use breakthrough days for people's intuition. So if somebody's super
Mhm.
blocked and they're feeling unable to tune in, they struggle with confidence, they're not able to understand their own inner compass whatsoever, I will use the breakthrough day to remove fear, scarcity, lack, guilt, anger, sadness, whatever it is, to move them into a space where they can then tune in for themselves. Because when you have your intuition available to you, anything is possible. You can
Yes.
be in the right place at the right time, move out of relationships that are not good for you, put yourself in a position to receive. Literally, the breakthrough day piece of it for me was the biggest aha moment because then it got my wheels turning of, okay, what other ways can I use what I've learned to implement different experiences for people? So, for example,
Mhm.
I've done with real estate agents, which is funny. I went to a retreat and I was hosting basically a mini workshop, and I did EFT tapping for them with all of the struggles of real estate and then tapping in what they'd like to feel instead. I did neural energetic encoding with a number of different students for my Lean and Spark Your Senses to move them into a space where they were not only able to receive messages for themselves, but ended up organically becoming mediums within a 12-hour time span. Literally,
Wow.
it shifts your entire timeline from where you were to something completely different the moment you sign up. It's not even that you're actually sitting there having the experience itself. It's you signing up and you're like, oh, energetically something's already moved because I've invested in myself, I've made the commitment, and this is where we're going. So it's, in my opinion, the most powerful experience to have received and to now be able
Mm.
to gift to other people.
Oh, I love that. I love that. How has your confidence and your clarity even within your business changed since joining the master space?
It's been pretty wild. I don't do things I don't feel excited to do anymore.
Mhm.
I'm not going to just do the things because society or some guru somewhere told me that I should. It has given me the confidence because I've always had the knowing, the intuition piece has been there, but the
Right.
confidence to actually be like, that's not for me. This is
Mhm.
for me. That's not for me. So, for example, a lot of people will do funnels and that sort of thing. I'll just do a newsletter periodically of what the offerings are or what I feel called to share, or I'll go online and do readings or speak about things that come up in my personal life that people can then
Mhm.
relate to.
Me
And
too.
then if they
Mhm.
need help shifting that, I can be in a position to help them shift that. So the
I love
confidence that
that.
it's given me is to really show up in 100% authenticity, which results in a lot of swearing and a lot of jokes that are mildly inappropriate most of the time. And even in my readings, it's
Mm.
not a reading anymore. It's not just me sitting here telling you all the things that you need to do or the messages that you're receiving from spirit. It actually has improved my questioning skills so that
Yeah, yeah.
I'm bringing you where you need to go without pushing it on you and actually guiding you there. And it has shifted the experiences that my clients have. One girl, for example, went in for a reading on the Tuesday, and I told her a couple of different things, asked her a bunch of questions about what she wanted her dream life to actually look like, and just mentioned, email this person today. Because I was asking questions. It's more of a collaboration, and it's not in the sense of I can't read what you need to be doing. I can. You yourself in your mind and your
Yeah.
subconscious are actually going to take the action if I'm asking you questions and you get there on your own. So spirit will bring me the exact right questions to
Mhm.
ask you to ensure that you get where you need to go. So it becomes more of a collaboration rather than me just sitting here with my readings and barking a bunch of stuff at you. And it also helps me align with that person's energy because If their energy is not open, it'll be difficult for me to receive information from
Yeah.
their loved ones or from their spirit guides. So when we have a more collaborative question answer sort of situation, I'm able to get them information in a far more detailed way than I would if I were just sitting here saying, there's an elderly man, he's got a purple hat. Like, it's not like that. It's there's this gentleman here, this is what he looks like, this is what he looks like, blah, blah, blah. Did you have somebody in spirit that looked like XYZ? Is this what their energy felt like? Like, it's just different. It's hard to explain. It's far more detailed, far more intimate, very
Right.
much gave me the confidence to actually say a lot of things out loud that I may have been feeling
That's
or
what I was
experiencing
yeah.
that I might have not had full access to before. Because now with the neural energetic coding, it's like I don't have the fear of being judged by the person I'm sharing messages with,
Mm,
because I ultimately know I'm the conduit, and whatever is going to come through is going to come through, and they can take it or leave it. They can
leave
use
it.
their own discernment. Where the when I started, I felt so insecure about sharing messages that didn't make logical sense to me,
Set.
because I'm like, well, what if
Yes.
this person doesn't understand? Well,
Yeah.
spirit isn't logical at all, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to say things in a logical way. So it's my job to consume the information they provide me and try to make it make sense for the person that's experiencing it. And these tools have provided me the confidence to be able to do that in a completely different way.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, like, you've highlighted so beautifully the impacts that it had on you as a master coach and, like, how you've increased your confidence and, like, how you show up, but also how it's made a direct impact on your clients and how you show up in that way too. Ugh,
That's what it's all
fire.
about, baby.
Fire. Yeah, no, I love it. Um, and I feel like you've shared some, like, really great tangible, like, feedback things that, like, have happened within your clients with, like, w manifesting or, like, holding the intention of, like, what that dream life looks like and then instantly getting the job or, whatever that looks like. Um, how do you feel about now your ability to lead spaces and hold space for people in comparison to, before you joined the program or before you went through masters?
That's a great question. And I'm going to out myself here.
Yeah.
When I started, I had some trauma awareness, we'll say, and sensitivity. Obviously, I'm dealing with traumatic situations. Someone passing away is very traumatic to people who experience it. And I did an okay job of
Mm,
managing that. Now, my sensitivity level and my awareness is so much higher that if I'm reading somebody's what is it, acuity? The word I'm
yeah, sensory acute, yeah.
sensory acuity, and I'm watching their body language, I'm like, okay, this person's getting kind of worked up. I'm gonna cut
Mm,
myself off here if I'm sharing messages and just ask them, hey, are these messages you'd prefer share with you offline? Or if we're in a situation where I'm coaching and somebody's getting worked up and upset, it gives me the space that I need and the scripts that I would have not had access
mm,
to shift what I'm doing to either something else altogether, or checking in with that person to make sure that they're okay. And that has sort of a twofold impact to the group. That the group
right.
now knows, hey, I'm with a compassionate coach, that if something is bothering me, that she's actually going to notice, right?
Mhm,
A lot of people just want to feel noticed. And you're not as likely to be in a position where you are re traumatizing someone or triggering them. Now, that being said, what I share can be either way. People also come into it in that space understanding that this is something that could happen. So it's making sure
right.
that when it does happen, you're in a position to manage it well. So from leading spaces, it's also giving me the confidence to know that I can
Mm,
handle upset if it happens. If a group dynamic is not great, I now have the tools I need to put pauses in place, put boundaries in place. I don't let the room run me. I'm the one running the room.
mm,
I'm the
I
one
love that.
guiding the energy. I'm the one guiding the experience. It is collaborative, but at the end of the day, I'm the one that is responsible to ensure that everybody's experience is as good as it can be given what
Right.
goes on.
Yeah, we kinda talk about it as, like, you know, we never want the fire to happen, but we're grateful that we ran through the fire drill so that we
Yeah.
all know how to, like, manage accordingly. So that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. What would you say is, like, What would you say was your favorite part of the program? And, like, the most again, it doesn't even have to be the most expansive, but, like, what was your favorite thing about being in the master space?
You?
Don't do that to me!
Totally you and Jess. Um, the camaraderie of the room, the women in the
Mm,
room all were people with completely different perspectives, backgrounds, countries. I have friends in Texas now. I have friends in Spain and Germany, and like I'm just obsessed with the entire thing. Really, also, my favorite thing was everyone's ability to show up not only for themselves, but everyone in the group. Watching people
mm,
at the beginning to where they ended up at the end and just witnessing their entire transformation from my own spot where I was sitting was such a beautiful thing to experience, not only on the receiving end, but also just to see how others are able to move through their own limiting beliefs and their own situations. And
absolutely.
as they show up better for themselves, they then show up for the group in a completely different, more masterful way. So it was really beautiful to just be part of a container where you not only felt seen, held, witnessed, and loved, but also were able to return that. I made friends that I would have never otherwise had, and connections in business, right? Like a couple women
Yeah.
have come for readings. Other people have recommended my blissed out breath. I've recommended them. One of the ladies worked with emotional eating. I've recommended her to a number of different people. It really is cool to see how everybody brings these different tools back into their own business to then
Mhm.
help other people. It was really neat to just see all the different applications of it.
Yeah, and that's such a cool thought because one of the things that we definitely talk about is like continuing to have that relationship and rapport so that we can have that, one of the things we talk about is like if we're not the best fit or we can refer out or we know people who are utilizing the tools in such a niche or specific way that maybe we don't that doesn't excite us or we just aren't doing so that we can refer to other people and really build this beautiful community of like spiritual badass women who are just doing dope things with this work.
And they are. It's
Yeah,
wild. Like
yeah,
totally wild. I'm in an emotional eating course right now, something that my spicy ADHD brain leans towards. Some people are drugs and alcohol. For me, it's like, give me a sandwich.
yeah.
And so one of the girls in the course created her own course on emotional eating. So I'm in that right now, experiencing her in her element,
Mm,
and it's helping me in mine. So it's just such a cool thing to be able to lean on others. The song
yeah,
"Lean on Me
yeah.
When You're Not Strong, and I'll Be Your Friend." It's
So
like that,
good.
right? You have people in your corner, and if things are tough, they're there to support you. People
Mhm.
exchange coaching sessions. I was going through something a couple
Yes.
weeks ago, and a couple of the girls were like, "Hey, do you want me to just give you a free coaching session?" It's like, do these people even exist? Is this real life?
Yeah. No, and it's so true because I think that like in our realities, we're so segmented and we have different people who are doing different things. They maybe don't even believe in us. They don't even know what we're doing. So to
Right.
come into this space where we're all like in very similar frequency when it comes to this work anyways, again, we might be doing our own different thing, going through our own different things, but we can all come together and be like, "Hey, I see you and I want to validate how you're feeling. Can I hold space for you if you're open to it?" And like we can do this. It's not a just giving. It's a multi-way process where we hold space for one another and just hold that space. Yeah. That's so good.
Energetic exchange, baby.
Oh yeah, we're all here for it. We're all here for it. Okay. Do you have a favorite tool that you learned in the space?
Oh, hmm. I love them all. I would say, in terms of what I have seen be the most effective for quick turnaround, transformation, timeline jumping, quantum leaping type jazz, I use neural energy and I used to have a tongue that
Woo!
worked. Um, I use neural energetic encoding for a lot.
Yeah.
And I would say even not necessarily like the entire breadth of it, doing, 5 emotions all at once. If somebody's a little bit stuck in some way, I might just do the top 3, whatever comes up for them. And then I
Mhm.
infuse it with holy fire Reiki so that we're not only, shifting the timeline from the brain space, but on an energetic level, we've now moved any blockages that are preventing somebody from having what being doing what they want. So it's been very
Right.
powerful, I would say. Other than that, learning how to make meditations was surprisingly one of
Mm,
the things that I was terrified to do because I'm like, oh my gosh, people are going to hear my voice. And then I did it with the blissed out breath. I create an audio for the morning and the evening breathwork experience. And I layer in this beautiful music that I found online where they create just
so
spiritual
good.
musical experiences that you can use for YouTube and all the rest of it. And the feedback that I've gotten on those has been so good. And surprisingly, I loved making them. I channeled while I was
Mm,
invoking it with Holy Fire Reiki. So they are not only receiving the breath work, but then they are also having an energetic cleansing should they say yes to it to receive it.
mhm.
And the feedback has been so good. I've had a couple people go sober as a result of doing this breathwork course,
Wow.
manifesting things that they want. And the other cool part is that using your resonance breath actually brings you almost immediately into the brainwave state that you need to be in to receive messages. So, my clients who have taken my course and have become a student have then been able to next level their gifts by taking lean in, spark your senses, sort of going on a bit of a client journey and then leaning into blissed out breath. And it has next leveled their gifts and their ability to receive from spirit. So, some of them have actually ended up becoming organically mediums themselves.
That's so I can't wait to dive in. I know that I'm getting in there, so that is so good. Oh my gosh, wow. And it's so cool to see, like, one of the things we talk about in the program too is like, you're in this container to learn what we are here to learn, but then what you create after it is so cool because again, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a medium, whether you're, like, or you have other modalities, tools, processes, whatever that looks like, how do you infuse them because you have that confidence and clarity to like be like, yep, I'm gonna mix this, and I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put these things together to make it my own. Like, I think that's one of the most beautiful things to see as after leading this space, seeing how you're all integrating the learnings and applying what you've learned and integrating what you've already have to make it your own. It's like so cool. So
It,
cool.
it's wild, like totally wild. Um,
Yeah.
there is one more thing that I have percolating in the back of my brain
Yeah.
to create from, and I always sort of coin the phrase and sort of trademark the names in advance because it's fun. I have a course called Manifest That
Yeah, you do.
we know what the word is, and it's
Yep.
spelled with a dollar sign as the S, the H, and then exclamation mark as the I, and then the
Y-
T, so that it is very clear to the universe that we are manifesting money and we are
money.
doing it in an exclaimed way because we are
Ah!
that in. So the inner rumblings of all of that are slowly bubbling up to the surface. So I can't wait for that one to come out as well. And again,
Ah,
like all of these tools mixed with the Holy Fire Reiki, mixed with like intuitively guided affirmations and journal prompts that you need to use. Like there's just a really cool way to make it a full client journey. And that has been
yes.
sort of where I've been led at this point is, I want to do my one-on-one sessions with people and also offer them a way to help themselves because I believe that if everybody has access to their own intuition, you are that much less likely to have to outsource or
Mhm.
externally validate anything because you're able to get it from within. And my soul's purpose in this lifetime feels like showing people what's possible for them, allowing
Mm,
them to be the most empowered, embodied version of them, along with authenticity, because authenticity is truly like this is what I've coined as a term. The authenticity algorithm takes care of your life,
mm,
right? If you show up as your most authentic self, the people who are for you will show up for you because they can already see how you are. So you are reflecting back to them that same energy, vice versa. If you've got somebody who's maybe not and they're people pleasing or what have you, they're actually calling in other people that could maybe take advantage of that or
yeah,
aren't for their highest and best good. So you're not actually creating an authenticity algorithm for yourself if you're not showing up as your highest and best version of yourself, which results in you not having the life that you would like to live, right? You're
yeah,
living from a space of maybe doing what other people want you to do as opposed to what you want to do. So when you show up as your most authentic self, you actually tell the universe, hey, more of this, more people like me, more people that love subconscious mind work, more people that love holy fire Reiki, more people that love psychic mediums. And then your world just gets better. It's just like 1% per day, showing up a little bit more authentic each day allows
Mhm.
a little more authenticity back into your life. So, yeah, authenticity algorithm. I'm obsessed with that one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is so good. This is so good. Anything else that's coming up that you wanna touch on or share?
If any of what I've said resonates with you, take it as your sign.
Mm,
There's nothing about this course that could not benefit you should you subscribe to it fully. And it's not for you to show up and do half the work. It's not for you to
mm,
sign up and never sign in. When you sign up, you are signing in. You're signing into this next version of you that has decided that this is the way that you're going. And it is incredibly powerful should you stay the course. And your timelines will just shift simply by hitting the buy now button. Obviously, I'm super biased. No, I was not paid to do this.
yeah.
I just cannot imagine what my life would have been like had I not taken the courses, had I not had these tools, had I not been given the confidence that I needed to create Lean and Spark Your Senses. I've had 32 students through there already. It's created abundance in my family for me to do things with my kids and take random days off and actually have the lifestyle that I thought real estate would bring me. I'm able to now have in this way simply by signing up for this course and better understanding myself so therefore I can better understand others.
Mm.
It's been such a cool journey and I'm very grateful to have been invited to share and to I just can't believe that it's over. It was like I was so
I
sad when it was over.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think, like, opportunities and conversations like this just show us that we don't have to s we and I know I said this on the graduation calls, it's like, it's not goodbye, it's just a see you later.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we can get I've saying to I was talking to Luthia, I'm sure everyone has watched that video now or will watch that video, where I was saying we should all come together and do, like, a podcasty style
Oh yeah.
conversation to talk about things that we've learned in masters, so, yeah, we can continue this energy out, and, I thank you so much for your time and your vulnerability and honesty with your experience and how this has made a big ripple in your pond and in your world and how you've continued to ripple for others too.
Well, and my pond feels so expansive now. Before it was like, oh, I'm always stuck in the same old pond. And it's like, no, I'm a fish that can fly now. Thank you.
Yes. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Okay, so we want to know, where can we hang out with you? Where can we learn more? Where can we spend time with you? Where Give us all the avenues, give us all the places.
I love it. Okay. So my website is Brittany, Brittany, Schmidt, SCHMIDT.ca, www.brittanyschmidt.ca. You can also find me on Instagram. It's Brittany Bewitched. Since I couldn't say the other word, I guess
Yeah.
expect swearing. You've been warned. Here I've held my tongue because I want
Yeah.
to be appropriate for and respectful of the Yes Supply channel. But I will warn you, I am very authentic on my. Not that I'm not being authentic here, but yes, it's Brittany Bewitched on Instagram. And that is the space where I share messages periodically. I share information about different scientific things that I'm learning, which I'm always learning. My current sidebar interest is learning how to biohack my brain so that I can
Mm,
help manage my ADHD. So I'm learning how to use brain modulation tools like sound to actually
mm,
get myself into the different brainwave states that I want to be in. And I've got some evidence that I can substantiate with it, which is really cool using some
that's so
of the
cool.
tools like Muse, which I know Reese uses as well.
Mhm.
So, some side things like that will come up on there at some point. So you can find me on either my website or on Instagram. I do have a page on Facebook as well. It's Brittany Bewitched on there also. That being said, it's the same stuff that I'm going to be sharing on my Instagram. So either way, wherever you feel called to find me, come find me and let's hang out.
I love it. I love it. Well, again, thank you so much for your time and your energy. I've appreciated and enjoyed this conversation so much. And go check out Brittany. She's doing some really cool shit. So, oh, I said it.
Yeah,
Now I said it.
there we
Yeah,
go.
she's doing some really cool stuff. So go hang out. And again, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you for your time. And I look forward to chatting again soon.
Thank you, Steph. Appreciate it.